Namaste children. Today we'll see the different methods of communication. First one is verbal communication. Second one is non-verbal communication. Third one is visual communication. There are three methods of communication. Let us see the second session, verbal communication now. Sharing of information by using words is called verbal communication. It is important because if you do not use the right words, you will cause confusion and you will not be able to communicate what you want. Again, verbal communication is divided into two types. One is oral communication, another one is written communication. Oral communication is also called spoken communication. Oral communication involves talking. Now I am going to give examples for oral communication. Face-to-face conversation. Here you can see the listener. For example, group discussion, talking to family member at home, conversation with the public through speeches, talking on a phone. This is for personal and official communication. Suppose if you want to communicate anything personally or officially, you can talk in phone. How will you begin the conversation? By saying some greeting like hello. How will you end the conversation? By saying thank you or by saying bye. I'll give some more examples, children. Classroom teaching, business discussion and public speeches are other examples of oral communication. Here, one person talks to many others at once. Next one is written communication. Written communication involves written or typed words. Examples: writing letters, notes, emails, etc. Not only that, you can send even SMS. You can also send email. Using email, not only letters, you can send even photos, videos, music, etc. Now let us explain the advantages of verbal communication. It is very easy and quick. Okay, you can exchange your ideas. Based on the reply, you can speak here. You can get quick response too. Next one is disadvantages of verbal communication. The most common disadvantage of verbal communication is the cultural differences between the sender and the receiver of the information. These differences may be due to the use of different languages, inability to understand the colloquial phrases used by the other individual, and the accent. Let us see the public speaking now. In general, I am talking about children. Everyone will speak amongst their friends. If we call them for oratorical competition, they won't volunteer themselves. Why? Because of stage fear. Speaking in front of a large group makes most people nervous. To eradicate this fear, you can follow the steps of 3 P's. What are they? What are the 3 P's? You want to know, children? Prepare, practice, perform. These are the 3 P's. Before speaking, you must prepare. You must prepare well, and you have practice it well, and then you have to perform. These are the secret of public speaking. Okay, children? So, children, follow this method to get over the fear and became a confident and effective speaker. Okay, children? Okay. Next session is non-verbal communication. Children, how will you convey a message without using words? Yes, through expressions, signals, body postures and gestures. You can convey the messages. Is it not, children? In this session, you will learn about the non-verbal method of communication, its types and importance. Importance of non-verbal communication. Most of the information conveyed through our body movements and voice control. Below, I gave one pie chart. In the chart, you can see the weightages of verbal communication and non-verbal communication clearly. So, let me conclude like this. When comparing to verbal communication, non-verbal communication is playing a vital role in communication skills. Now, let us see the types of non-verbal communications. First one is facial expression. Facial expression shows the feelings of a person. Children, you people will guess to know what I spoke about. Yes. In WhatsApp, already you saw the emojis. No, many emojis are there. You will use it for messaging to your friends. Okay. Like that only facial expression. You can tell the example. WhatsApp emojis, you can tell it as example. Next one is posture. Postures are positions of the body. They show our confidence and feelings. Next one is gestures or body language. Gestures describe movements of parts of the body, especially hands or head, to express an idea or meaning. This includes waving, pointing, and using our hands when speaking. Next one is touch. We communicate a great deal through our touch, such as shaking hands and patting on the back. Next one is space. The space between two persons while communicating generally depends on the intimacy or closeness between them. Next one is eye contact. Maintaining an eye contact with the person you are talking indicates interest, whereas looking away can make the other person feel ignored. Next one is paralanguage. Paralanguage is the tone of our voice, speed and volume that makes a difference in the meaning of the communication. Speaking too fast may show excitement or nervousness. Speaking too slow may show seriousness, sadness, or making a point. So these are the 7 types of non-verbal communication. Now let us see how to make use of these non-verbal communication effectively. Facial expression. Keep your face relaxed. Try to match your expression with what you are saying. If you agree with something, you may nod while listening, which indicates that it has your assent. Posture. Keep your upper body relaxed and the shoulders straight. Sit straight, rest hands and feet in relaxed position. Keep hands by your sides while standing. Gestures are body language. Avoid pointing at people with your finger. Instead of keeping your hands in pocket while talking, try to keep your hands on the sides. Bend your head a little while talking or listening to show that you are paying attention. Touch. Shake hands firmly. Avoid other touch gestures such as stroking your hair, scratching your nose, tugging on your clothes, etc. during formal communication. Next one is space. Maintain proper space depending on the relationship, while could be formal or informal, or the closeness with the person with whom you are talking. Eye contact. Look at the person who is speaking. Keep a relaxed, pleasant look. Break the look every few seconds. Paralanguage. Use a proper tone and volume while speaking. Maintain a moderate rate of talking. So children, using these steps, you can communicate effectively. Next one is visual communication. This is very important communication. In this method, we can communicate the messages using images and pictures. In this method, we don't want to know the particular language for understanding. It is very simple, easy to understand. Let us see some examples for visual communication. Traffic symbol, no smoking area, no horn, slippery surface, sign of toilets, railway crossing. These are the few examples of visual communication. In this slide, I gave all the examples of visual communication. See this and read the lesson, children. So far, what we learned? Introduction to communication skills and what are the methods of communication. These two sessions we saw so far. So learn this. End of this video, I gave the assignment to children. Read it and answer the assignment. Thank you, children.